Cookie!
And welcome to episode 8, season 5 of the Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookie Show. Thank you for joining me here today for another wonderful, filled, informative episode. I am the CEO and Mistress Secretary of Goddesses Incorporated and the ultimate anime mascot goddess covering all women of the Basojo Cinch universe, women of fighting video games, and women of anime. So today's episode is a very special episode. I'm talking all about the Japan Expo. Last week, the Japan Expo, the biggest event over in Europe, came here to the United States on the West Coast to try and get the biggest fan base that they have over there, here. So an expo is a lot different than a convention. A convention is usually fan-based, fan-driven, for the fans, by the fans, so on and so forth. Now with an expo, it's more industry ran, like the creators of Comic-Con and Big Wow and comic book conventions like that, ran by industry professionals. So at the expo, I was there, did a lot of interviews, met a lot of people, networked a lot. And so since this is the first time Europe has decided to take the Japan Expo and bring it to the domestic states, I feel for those who knew nothing about it, could go and see things from a bird's eye perspective. I didn't catch everything, but I caught a lot of the important events that happened. And so this episode is all about the Japan Expo that happened last weekend, August 28th to the 29th. It was a 2-day, actually it was a 3-day event, the 28th to the 30th, my mistake, at the Santa Clara Convention Center here in Northern California. That being the case, I was able to see what was actually the differences between what an expo is and a convention. One thing for sure is that with this kind of expo event, things shut down early. It shut it down at 7 p.m. versus your regular driven anime convention will go all throughout the night. So this was not a 24-hour event. People was there early in the morning and they left sometime around prime time, 7, 8 p.m., only to redo the same cycle the next day. So I hope y'all enjoy this episode. I'm going to go right into footage. Japan Expo 2013, Santa Clara, California at the Santa Clara Convention Center. Okay, Murphy, we're going to show them the footage. And this is Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookie of the Faux Sung E-Cookie Show. Welcome to my episode 8, a special here at Japan Expo 2013 here in Santa Clara, California at the Santa Clara Convention Center. As you see behind me, this is some anime cells and some anime artwork from some old anime back from the 80s/90s. This is a tribute to some Sentai work that you can see. What I'm looking at is tokusatsu, and all the artwork from the creator that's here. We have some special guests of honor, and all of the artwork that you see on the wall posted behind me are all here to sign autographs later on today. Today is Saturday of August 24th, 2013. So I just wanted to make a quick announcement that Anime Expo is Europe's largest Japan Expo event. Sorry, I keep on calling it Anime Expo, but it's Japan Expo, Europe's largest Japanese animation convention event. And so they came over here to the States to try to bring over the same numbers that they had over in Europe. Now in Europe, they clock about 80,000 people that come to the convention in a large convention hall that can hold up to 100,000. Now this organization is typically French ran, so all the coordinators are all French, and they have different laws, different events that goes on over there. I'm still learning about the event, and because of this, I guess there must have been somewhat of a language barrier between there and here in America. So as I continue to do more research on the Japan Expo event 2013, Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookie, right here, will be giving you all the scoop that's going on behind the event. So today seems to be the kickstart of something much greater. Will Japan Expo complete their mission on knocking out Fanime, or will they be an excellent contender against Anime Expo down in SoCal? More to come as Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookie gives you footage here at Japan Expo 2013 here in Santa Clara, California at the Santa Clara Convention Center. Say Cookie! Okay, so I am Faux Song Elizabeth Cookye. I'm a web blogger for Japanese animation, women for fighting video games, and women of anime. Primarily, I talk about women of the Bisoujo Senshi universe. And so storylines, martial arts, live action, how to do stuff like this in real time, in real life, not only just looking like the characters, but also how to perform the moves actually that are doable in real time. So I'm here at Funimation with one of their representatives right here, or volunteer. And what is your name?
My name is Jelana Scudero, but I am known online as Black Goku, one word, G-O-K-O-U.
Okay, so when did you get into cosplay, and what do you do when you cosplay?
Well, I initially got into cosplay back in 2001. My first convention was San Diego Comic-Con, and before it was just kind of just putting something on just to wear, because I'm in the costumes, and then it just kind of grew into just paying homage to like the properties that just influenced me to be creative and stuff like that. Now I use cosplay as a way to help promote certain certain business companies that relate to either the character I'm wearing or to the medium itself.
Awesome, awesome. So, as I didn't mention before, but I'm going to mention now, we're here at Japan Expo 2013 here in the United States of America. Now, for those of you out there who really don't know, Japan Expo is a French convention that happens in Europe. It is stated to be the largest Japanese anime expo or / convention over there on that side of the globe, and so they're coming over here to try to bring their same numbers. Unfortunately, this event was not advertised, and so this was kind of networking through word of mouth, and myself, as well as many others in the anime community here on the West Coast, have been the last to know about this event at the very last minute. So we're kind of here trying to figure out what's going on, and Japan Expo eventually, possibly if it gets bigger, could possibly rival Fanime and also Anime Expo down there in LA. So when I came here yesterday, I noticed you had on this wig. Most people have a stylized wig with like human or synthetic hair that they have to use gel to kind of make it into the shape that you have, but this is like a rubber mold. And where did you get this? Because this seems to be kind of hard to find.
Well, it's actually a funny story. I actually found it on the French eBay site, and it's actually an official wig from Italy, which was primarily used for the children costumes that Funimation had put out back in like 1994. I just kind of stumbled on it because I was using the other wig, which was like felt from the costumes, and then I needed a replacement, so I went online and I just stumbled on it because they had used a picture of the felt wig, so I'm thinking, well, I mean, it's going to be a lot of money and it's going to be really small, but it'll work. But then I got it in the mail and this is what it was, so it's worked out to my benefit and I love it.
Cool, awesome. So how did you get connected with Funimation here?
Actually, I got connected with them through a cosplay website, AC Paradise. They actually outsource cosplayers to different production companies for promotional reasons, and I just so happened to get invited to do stuff with Funimation because of Dragon Ball Z, and they loved how I performed because I'm also an actor, and I just know how to attract myself to people and vice versa. And the convention manager at the time liked how I handled crowds and stuff like that. So he gave me his card and he's like, any convention that you want to go to, we got you. And that was about 2009.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. This is the kind of networking that I'm trying to actually do with the anime community. How to make yourself viable for companies that are actually looking for live action stunt performers, actors, gymnasts, martial artists, whatever your caliber may be on a professional level. And since you was able to get an invite to be the spokesmodel for this character with Dragon Ball Z, which has been picked up by Funimation by you guys, and then actually be there for their actual panel here and their events here for Anime Expo Japan Expo 2013. So here's some questions. One of my last questions I would like to ask you. So we know a lot of the old anime companies have closed down, such as ADV Films, Genion, Pioneer, Manga, Central Park Media, so on and so forth. And Funimation is one of the few last surviving anime entities where you can actually get your anime unless you try to watch it online for free on YouTube or utilize Crunchyroll. What are some of your favorite titles that you've noticed may have transferred or in the process of being transferred with Funimation?
Well, actually a lot. Old school wise, they actually just announced that they had distribution rights to Outlaw Star, to Witch Hunter Robin, the Cookye series, and the big one that they revealed was Cowboy Bebop. And then they do have other properties like the Evangelion Rebirth movies, Fairy Tail, and they actually are getting a lot of stuff that I remember liking a lot, and a lot of the new stuff that I just enjoy. And of course, Dragon Ball being their flagship, one of their flagship animes, of course that always gets me, especially with right behind me here, you got the Rock the Dragon edition that just dropped. Basically, what they have here is the original dub that came out on TV before Funimation actually picked it up. So the voice actors are a lot different, the music's a lot different. And it even includes the 3 movies that came out again before Funimation took over to localize the project.
Okay, so I see with a lot of the animation from my time frame, where ADV Films had the majority of the anime titles, and then Genion Pioneer was in second place. A lot of these titles have been moved over to Funimation. Now, along with the original voice acting from the ADV Films first edition releases or the Genion Pioneer first edition releases, some of those same voices have been traveled over to the license renewal, and some of them have not, and either they're doing redubbing in English or they're just keeping the same voices. And so that's good to know that you just said something like that. Cowboy Bebop was one of my favorite anime. I have the original release, though the original thing was released also as Knocking on Heaven's Door was the name of the movie. But of course, when it came to America back in 2001, 2002, it was known as Cowboy Bebop the movie, not Knocking on Heaven's Door. So with that tidbit of information, I just want to say thank you so much. If we want to find you at your next convention or your next performance, where could we find you?
Well, I am on Facebook and I'm on Twitter. Again, it's Black Goku. It's one word, and I use the katakana spelling, so it'd be Gokou. You can also find me on cosplay.com, aceparadise.com. And honestly, if you just type that into Google or Yahoo, you're gonna find me, because I show up somehow and it just happens.
All right, and thank you so much. This has been Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye on behalf of Goddesses Incorporated here at Japan Expo 2013 at the Santa Clara Convention Center here in Santa Clara, California. See, Cookie. Yeah. Hi, and thank you for joining me here at Japan Expo 2013. I'm Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye of the Faux Sung Cookie Show on YouTube and of Create TV. And so I'm here to talk about Uniqlo, which is, here's their pamphlet of their latest season, from what I'm assuming, with the marquee here in the background, and the TV that's showing of everything that's going to be for this season on TV, right here on their monitor. So basically, for us as American people, we're used to doing Banana Republic, Zara, Club Monaco, Gap, Gap Incorporated. And for us, we really feel that Uniqlo is almost like the Japanese Gap. So as one of the spokespeople for Uniqlo, what is Uniqlo to you? What is it? And what is the mission statement?
So I think Uniqlo is very different from Gap and Zara and all of these fast fashion companies because of 2 things. The first is that we build great quality basics that are very durable for a very affordable price. And the second is that we invest a lot of money into technology, and we are really committed to innovation, especially in our fabrics. So our 2 signature products, especially for fall winter this season, is the ultralight down jacket, which weighs 8 ounces and is super warm, so we have 90% premium down, and Heat Tech, which actually is an innerwear that generates heat for you when you're wearing it. So it keeps you really nice and warm and toasty in the winter.
No, that's awesome. I'm originally from New York City, and so in New York City we had one Uniqlo on Broadway. Now I'm just finding out they opened up a flagship store on 34th Street, but of course I'm not there anymore. I'm here in California because I moved here 4 years ago. And with that being said, when they opened up Uniqlo in San Francisco on Powell Street, that was a really good accolade, especially for the anime community. But now they're opening up a Uniqlo here in Valley Fair Mall, right here in San Jose, right across from Santana Road. So for us who have to make that commute from San Jose to San Francisco, we no longer actually have to do that. We can actually stay here in San Jose. So what do you know about the San Jose location?
It's going to be in Valley Fair Mall on the second floor in front of Nordstrom's, and we're going to carry men's, women's, and also kids. So for families, this will be a great location to shop.
Okay. Now, what I also noticed, right adjacent from the grand opening of Uniqlo here in Valley Fall and San Jose, there's also going to be an opening of Zara, which is another staple store, especially amongst the Asian community, that is very popular. Does Uniqlo see themselves as a competitor with Zara?
I would say that retailers at our price point are all considered kind of competitors, but I think our CEO really views our competitor as like Apple and like a much larger competitive space, because we're known for technology and like great quality clothes. And so I think in the sense that yes, Zara's a competitor, and yes, we're not very worried, because I think we target a very different market and our clothes serve a very different purpose compared to Zara's.
No, awesome, and thank you for all of that information. So as y'all continue to do business here at your venue, the Uniqlo venue here at Japan Expo 2013 at the Santa Clara Convention Center here in Santa Clara, will y'all be doing any promotions, any giveaways, any prizes? What's going on here at this venue?
So at Japan Expo, there are two things. It's a little pop-up store today, so you can come in and get Uniqlo t-shirts, anime t-shirts for $10 down from $19.90. And also the second thing you can do here is participate in our UT camera video. So the monitor behind you right now actually is showing videos that people have made here at the convention. We're live streaming GIFs that people have made using our app, the UT Camera Shoot and Share app, and it'll be live streamed to the monitor right in front of us, and it just went off. Sorry.
Oops. Okay.
We need to.
It's reloading. Okay, so could you tell us a little bit more about this app? What's the name of that application again, and where can we get it?
It's called the UT Camera Shoot and Share, and it's available on in the Apple App Store. It's a free app, and so you're able to film yourself like kind of dancing crazily for 5 seconds or 8 seconds, and then it compresses it into a 2-second GIF that you can later search on our website and then share via like your social media networks to your friends.
This application or this app that you could get from the Apple Store for your phone, is this specifically for Uniqlo?
Yes, it is. It's a Uniqlo developed app.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. And I'm speaking with Miss Genevieve right here, representative here for the venue of Uniqlo here at Japan Expo 2013. Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye will be giving you more footage as the events here unfold from now this weekend. Say Cookie. Hi, I am Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye of the Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye Show. I'm here at Japan Expo 2013. Right here at the Santa Clara Convention Center, Saturday the 24th, 2013. And so basically I'm right here with A&A Airlines. Some time ago I was walking downtown San Jose, and I discovered that A&A Airlines had this wonderful deal of a non-stop flight from San Jose to Tokyo, which I thought was a lot better than a lot of other airlines that are out there. We know what we want to talk about, but we can't mention that here on camera. So I just wanted to ask you, what's your name, sir? Okay, and could you tell us more about this program here in San Jose, the flight from San Jose to Tokyo? And
we just restarted the daily flight out of San Jose to Tokyo as of June 1st, and it became daily as of July 10th. And it's a direct flight, and Sana's member carrier, and it's a Dreamliner, as you know, the brand new aircraft from Boeing. And I know that a lot of people, ethnic people, Indians, Americans, and the Filipino, and those people, including Japanese, are actually located in the South Bay. So it's just convenience of, local people as of a local, airline.
awesome. And so what incentives do this give us if we take the nonstop flight? What kind of food? Is economy a lot cheaper than most other airlines? What are the figures that we're looking at?
the fair itself is, that fluctuate depending on the season, but, taking a local, airport instead of going to the San Francisco is just convenient. And also, as a Japanese airline, we are concentrated on specializing in very good Japanese food, including Western food as well. So I hope you can enjoy the, in-flight meal tour.
Cool, awesome. And what would you say would be one of the best benefits for taking this flight from San Jose to Tokyo?
It's about the 787 Dreamliner, very fuel efficient, and also the less fatigue and a lot of features, including computer, universal plug on each and every seat. So a lot of features. I hope you can enjoy inside the aircraft.
So we should be looking at about what, a 12-hour flight, 13-hour flight, maybe?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. And so we look forward to actually doing business with you in the future. I know that I like to travel to and from China every now and again. And so, Japan is one of the spots that I haven't been yet. And now, instead of having to go to San Francisco, I could go to San Jose Airport, right where I already live, and take this flight straight over to Tokyo, and then we can see from there. So thank you, sir. Thank you for letting us know about the program. Oh, one more thing. Are there any other promotional programs at the moment other than this that you would like to talk about ANA?
So far, there's no specific, but since we just started here, the availability is pretty open. So please, go to the agency and check the price.
All right, thank you so much. This is Fosung Elizabeth Cookye for the Fosung Cookye Show here at Japan Expo 2013. We look forward to giving you more footage as Japan Expo goes by here with ANA. Hi, and I'm Fosung Elizabeth Cookye of the Fosung Elizabeth Cookye Show. I am the CEO and Mr. Secretary of Goddesses Incorporated. And as you know, I always do events here at all Japanese animation conventions, Women of Fighting Video Games and Women of Anime. And here at the Japan Expo 2013, I am at one part of the convention hall where it seems like there are these bags or pocketbooks that are made out of certain materials. I came across it, I thought it was interesting, but I would like to know more about it, would like to share it with you, with the rest of the anime community, and get a good perspective of what I am looking at and what I would like to possibly purchase in the future. So, sir, could you let me know, what is this company, what is this about?
会社はどういった会社ですか？何を作っているんですか？
捨てられるそういう、産業廃棄物をデザインするバッグブランドとして立ち上げた会社になります。
So we're a company that basically takes material that is going to be discarded and repurpose it for.
Oh, feel free to come along into the as we have a resident translator right here. Okay. And so these bags are made out of what now?
何で作られてるんですか？
これだとフローリングのシートだったりだとか、ネクタイになる予定だったシルクだったりだとか、車のシートベルト、消防士の服だったりだとか、もういろんなものを余ってしまったものをとにかく無駄にしないように、作ってます。
So this bag, for example, is made out of old flooring. We've got some bags made out of necktie silk. We've got some seatbelt material for cars and some old firefighter uniform material. We basically just took these so that they wouldn't go to waste because they're parts that couldn't be actually used for those products. So we repurposed them.
Ooh, すごいですね. So, and with that being said, I would also like to know, do you see yourself competing with any other retail bags, such as like Gucci or Prada? Will this be seen as the new couture bag?
大手メーカー、グッチとかプラダのバッグメーカーと競争しているような感じですか？もうあなたはこれからのコチュールバッグになる予定ですか？
そうですね。もちろんバッグのブランドとしては、グッチを選ぶのかビトンを選ぶのか、もしくは我々のブランドを選ぶのかっていうのは、それはもう等しくフェアなことだと思っているので、別に競争している意識はないかもしれないですけども、やっぱりお客さんにとって選ばれるブランドであるために、やっぱ優れたデザインを目指しています。
So it's not our intent to directly compete with those companies, but users have a choice. It's their choice to pick a Louis Vuitton bag or Prada bag, But we're not out there to just compete with those people, but the people have they choose with their buying power. So we hope that they choose us.
Sure, cool. And so what we would also like to know is, do you plan on marketing this bag sometime in the future in America?
バッグを、アメリカで、これから販売する予定ですか？
もちろん今ロサンゼルス、もちろんこのサンタクララ、サンノゼのエリアだったりサンフランシスコだったりだとか、あとはやっぱりニューヨークの方に持っていってやっぱりこういったエコロジーをコンセプトにしたアップサイクルという新しいデザインのアプローチっていうものが多くの人に受け入れられるように挑戦していきたいと思っています。
Yes, of course. We're starting out in LA, coming to the Bay Area, Santa Clara, San Jose, San Francisco, even thinking about taking it to New York, where there's people who have ecologically minded mentality, and so we'd like to capitalize on that and maybe get our products out there. So we're moving in that direction.
Awesome, sticky. And so for us in the anime world that who are familiar with a lot of anime clothing, this would be considered something similar to like clothing created almost in the minds of Paradise Kiss, almost. We would kind of move it along in that type of mind frame. And so with that being said, I can't thank you enough. And what is your name, sir? I should introduce you first.
My name is Hiro Mizuno.
Hiro Mizuno. Yoroshiku ne. And thank you for doing this interview with us. And this is Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye for the anime community here in the Bay Area, as I will continue more footage of Japan Expo 2013 here in Santa Clara, California, of the Santa Clara Convention Center. Say Cookie. Hi, and I'm Faux Sung Elizabeth Cookye of the FEC show on YouTube. I am the ultimate anime mascot goddess covering all things dealing with women of the Basoujo Senshi universe, women of fighting video games, and women of anime. And I'm here at Japan Expo 2013 doing coverage and media not only for my show, but for also other networks as well, to talk about this big convention that comes all the way from Europe, which is French ran and came all the way here. So now, as I'm in the video game room, I'm coming to an understanding that the video game tournament and the video game room itself is being hosted or controlled by this company right here. Was it Nexus Gaming Alliance? Okay, could you fill us in more on that? Let me know what we don't know, what we need to know.
All right, Nexus Gaming Alliance is a non-profit organization. We're based out of Columbus, Ohio, so a little far away. We do a lot of stuff around the country, pretty much coast to coast at this point. This is our first West Coast show. We've been as far as around Iowa, Nebraska, St. Louis a lot, but we've been all the way down south. This is the first time we've really been on the coast over here, so it's pretty fantastic. We've had a great time so far. When we're not doing shows, we actually have two conventions of our own that we do, A&T Ohio, Cutie Mark Con, as well as assisting other conventions with security operations, medical stuff. We've got about 20 members that are all first aid, CPR, medical certified, all over the board. And we're not doing that, it's either repairing arcade machines, restoring, or doing charity work. We've been doing a lot more of that, working with children's hospital, orphanages to, just make other people have a better day. So.
No, cool. On my off time, when I'm not doing events like this, I'm actually a certified nurse assistant. So I know what it's like to be in the medical field. So since this is your first West Coast show, I'd like to know from you, how are you liking your trip here to California?
I am enjoying every moment of it. The people are nice. The weather is perfect. Ohio weather can change and it sneeze. And here it's pretty consistent, warm, and sunny. And then, Japan Expo kind of rolled out the red carpet for us. So we're having a blast here and just enjoying the town. We went downtown just to explore a little bit. Everybody's talking about Japan Expo and coming here and having fun.
So do y'all normally get contracted out, or do y'all just normally register and show up? So how does this work?
Everything is on a contract basis. Most of the time anymore, we hardly ever go after conventions. Actually, this one came to us, which was a shock. It came from other conventions that we've done. I guess that a lot of their higher up staff flew in from like Boston and other places like that as well, and they were like, oh yeah, get those guys. So here we are.
Okay, well, we definitely hope to see y'all guys again. Did y'all have any downtime for yourselves when the convention ended to actually explore Santa Clara?
Well, our downtime involves fixing the Xbox, making sure the computers have the best, retro gaming on there, making sure our connects are calibrated. We mostly spend our time making sure that this is enjoyable for the attendees. So downtime is really nothing for us.
Okay, and for all,
I had burrito Zilla, okay.
That was good. We did have that. Burrito Zilla, that was amazing.
okay, so tell us, for us in the West Coast that really know nothing about Ohio, I'm trying to understand, is that the location of like this famous arcade called, I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's where you go to make a record for yourself in the Guinness World Book of Records. Twin Galaxies. So Twin Galaxies is in Ohio.
Yeah, they have I think they got another one like Jersey as well, but
They have one in Niagara Falls too.
Okay, cool.
I know the world record holder for Donkey Kong lives in Ohio as well, so there's a lot of gamers around that area that are pretty famous.
But speaking about that record holder, I noticed that he also owns like a restaurant with some sauce or something.
I think so, but I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
That's one of the reasons why he's able to practice that game so much. He has a business up or something.
Like almost looks brand new, mint condition cabinet in his basement. That's amazing.
That's cool. So would y'all ever like to travel again here?
Of course. We love working the convention. We love seeing it. Like if you look around, this room is packed, and everybody is having fun. So we want to see that constantly. And the West Coast seems to be the place where everybody wants to play the fighting games. Everybody wants to have fun, and we want to be there.
And last but not least, my last question. So for us on the West Coast that know nothing about you guys, how can we find you? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Flickr?
Our Facebook is NGA Gamers. You can also find us on Twitter at NGA_gamers. And then you can also email us, contact@ngagamers.com. It'll go to us. We will see what you need to make your event. Because we do birthdays, we do conventions, we also do philanthropic work. So if you want to, that's our main goal. We use this to help make sure we can have gas money and things like that to get to those places, get those smiles, and just have, just warm hearts, I guess.
That's innovative. Just as a side note, real quick, there are no other video gaming tournaments or people that host tournaments that I know of actually do birthdays and stuff like that. So that is nice to know. Very innovative. So you always want to think of continually reinventing yourself to do something that no one else is doing. I'm a big supporter of innovation, so continue to do that. Thank you so much, guys, for coming here at Japan Expo 2013. I am Fosung Elizabeth Cookye. I will be continuing showing you more footage as this continues onward here at the convention between now and tomorrow. Say Cookie!